Oropesa? Romero?
No.
No. Wiggins? Wright? Strickland, no to aye.
Call the absentees.
Onnested? Huff? Huff, no. Oropesa? Wiggins? Wright?
Call the absentees.
Onnested? Oropesa? Wiggins? Wright? Wolk, no to aye.
Call the absentees.
Onnested? Oropesa? Wiggins? Wright?
Ayes 26, noes 9 on the urgency. Ayes 26, noes 9 on the measure. Senator Duchesne replaces the call. SB 853. All right, let's hold on that. Let's take up ACA 4. Please call the absent members on ACA 4.
Onnested? Cedillo? Corbett? Denham? Oropesa? Wiggins? Cedillo, aye. Denham, no. Calderon, aye to no. Corbett, no.
Call the absentees.
Onnested, Oropesa, Wiggins.
Ayes 29, noes 7. The resolution is adopted. Senate Bill 853, SB 853. Do we have a floor manager? Senator Duchesne. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 853 by the Committee on Budget and Fiscal Review, an act linked to health, making an appropriation therefore, and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Thank you very much, Madam President and members. This bill is the health trailer revisited as passed by the Assembly. It is back here for concurrence. We earlier had, and we remain to have on call, this on your sheets, members. If anybody can still read the numbers at this hour, it was Assembly Bill 613 in its prior iteration. It is now SB 853. This is the identical health trailer bill that accompanies the budget and is necessary for as much as $500 million in savings. Ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested, Alquist, aye. Ashburn, Blakesley, no. Calderon, Cedillo, aye. Cogdill, aye. Corbett, aye. Correa, no. Denham, DeSaulnier, aye. Duchesne, aye. Dutton, aye. Emerson, aye. Flores, aye. Hancock, aye. Harmon, aye. Hollingsworth, Huff, no. Kehoe, aye. Leno, aye. Liu, aye. Lowenthal, aye. Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, aye. Pavley, Price, aye. Romero,
Aye.
aye. Runner, aye. Smidian, aye. Steinberg, aye. Strickland, Walters, no. Wiggins, Wolk, aye. Wright, Wyland, no. Yee, no. Denham, no.
Call the absent members.
Calderon, aye. Onnested, Ashburn, Hollingsworth, Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Pavley, Strickland, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Ashburn, Hollingsworth, Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Pavley, Strickland, Wiggins, Wright.
Ayes 23, no 7 on the urgency. Ayes 23, no 7 on the measure. Senator Duchesne places a call. Senate Bill 863. Senator Wolk? Secretary, please. Are you the floor manager, Senator Wilk? Senator Ducheney, are you the floor manager on Senate Bill 863?
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 863 by the Committee on Budget and Fiscal Review, enacting to local government, making an appropriation therefore, and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. If I'm not mistaken, members, this bill. Thank you very much, Madam President, members. This bill encompasses 3 different items, 2 of them related to redevelopment. One of them provides the opportunity that was given in a path under the, can I have one of those? Under the budget bill of 2009, you will recall, members, that we took money from various redevelopment agencies. Most of them were able to comply. Some were in a unique position. Richmond is one of them, who did what the bill said, passed a resolution indicating their diminished status, largely because of diminishing property values, and the statute allowed them to avoid penalties by doing that. They are seeking at this point the opportunity, which was not provided there, to pay their portion of that apportionment in increments, and to work out a payment plan through the Department of Finance to do so. There are technical changes made to the Williamson Act here, and I believe an appropriation also to at least try to assist some counties in keeping, in keeping that program, yes, $10 million for the Williamson Act payments to try to keep some counties from totally abandoning the contracts and keeping that program going. Members, that is less than a quarter of what the traditional Williamson Act, or more or less about a quarter of what the original Williamson Act has provided in the past. And there is some additional technical language related to allowing extensions of contracts and ways that can try to help counties continue to implement the Act during these very difficult times when we haven't been able to fully fund the subvention. Additionally, it removes a debt cap on the San Diego Redevelopment Agency and the Center City Redevelopment Agency of San Diego. They are a somewhat unique redevelopment agency in that they were formed before 1994, when law changes allowed all of the subsequently formed redevelopment agencies to not have such a thing as a debt cap. They only have a year-length cap. This particular one has both a debt cap and a year cap. It's sort of a victim of its own success. It has reached a level where it will reach its debt cap long before it reaches its year cap. San Diego has asked that they be allowed to lift that debt cap and be able to continue to use your redevelopment funds throughout the life of the existing life of the program. So it does not extend the life of the redevelopment agency. It does not expand the redevelopment agency, nor does it have any CEQA exemptions or define specific projects or anything of that nature. It simply gives them an opportunity to lift that debt cap in a more expeditious way than the law would otherwise provide. Ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested, Alquist, aye. Ashburn, aye. Blakesley, aye. Calderon, no. Cedillo, Cogdill, aye. Corbett, aye. Correa, no. Denham, aye. DeSaulnier, aye. Ducheney, Dutton, aye. Emerson, aye. Flores, aye. Hancock, aye. Harmon, aye. Hollingsworth, aye. Huff, Kehoe, aye. Leno, aye. Liu, aye. Lowenthal, aye. Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, aye. Pavley, aye. Price, no. Romero,
No.
no. Runner, aye. Semidian, aye. Steinberg, aye. Strickland, aye. Walters, Wiggins, Wolk, aye. Wright, Wyland, aye. Yee, aye. Ducheney, aye. Walters, aye.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Cedillo, Huff, no. Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Wiggins, Wright.
Ayes 28, noes 5 on the urgency. Ayes 28, noes 5 on the measure. The amendments are concurred in. Senate Bill 524, Senator Cogdill. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 524 by Senator Cogdill, enacting to solid waste.
Thank you, Madam President and members. SB 524 allows Fresno County to defer payments until June 30th.
Senator Cogdill, one moment, please. I'm going to ask the Secretary to please reread this item.
Senate Bill 524 by Senator Cogdill, enacting to transportation and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Cogdill.
Thank you, Madam President and members. SB 524 allows Fresno County to defer payments until June 30th, 2015 to their local streets and roads infrastructure. This bill is necessary in helping the county stave off cuts to vital programs like public safety and health care for the poor. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate on this item? This is an urgency item. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested, Alquist, aye. Ashburn, aye. Blakesley, aye. Calderon, Cedillo, no. Cogdill, aye. Corbett, Correa, Denham, DeSaulnier, Ducheney, aye. Dutton, aye. Emerson, Flores, aye. Hancock, Harmon, aye. Hollingsworth, aye. Huff, aye. Kehoe, aye. Leno, Liu, Lowenthal, Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, aye. Papley, Price, Romero,
No.
no. Runner, Smidian, Steinberg, aye. Strickland, aye. Walters, aye. Wiggins, Wolk, Wright, Wyland, aye. Yee, Runner, aye. Denham, aye.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Calderon, Corbett, aye. Correa, aye. DeSaulnier, aye. Emerson, Hancock, aye. Leno, aye. Liu, aye. Lowenthal, aye. Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Pavley, aye. Price, Smidian, Wiggins, Wolk, aye. Wright, Yee, aye.
Ayes 28, noes 2 on the urgency. Ayes 28, noes 2 on the measure. The amendments are concurred in. Members, we have one item on the special consent calendar. Secretary, please read.
Senate Resolution 28 by Senator Wyland relative to Rett Syndrome Awareness Month.
Is there any objection to using the unanimous roll call on the special consent calendar? Seeing none, ayes 35, noes 0. The special consent calendar is adopted. Members, we are going to recess the regular session and reconvene the 6th extraordinary session. Senator Volk.
Madam President.
Or is this AB 11?
Correct. There's a resolution. I'd like to invoke the Constitution. There's a resolution at the desk requesting permission to do that. This request has been approved by the Rules Committee, and I urge your adoption of the resolution.
Secretary, please read the resolution.
Resolved that Assembly Bill 11 presents a case of urgency as that term is used in Article 4, Section 8B of the Constitution, and the provision of that section requiring that the bill be read on 3 several days in each house is hereby dispensed with, and it is ordered that said bill be read the second and third times, considered engrossed, and placed upon its passage.
Secretary, call the roll. This is a 2/3 vote.
We have to invoke the Constitution to do.
Onnested, Alquist, I. Ashburn, I. Blakesley, I. Calderon, Cedillo, I. Cogdill, I. Corbett, I. Correa, I. Denham, DeSaulnier, I. Ducheney, I. Dutton, I. Emerson, I. Flores, I. Hancock, Harmon, I. Hollingsworth, I. Huff, I. Kehoe, I. Leno, I. Liu, I. Lowenthal, I. Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, I. Pavley, I. Price, I. Romero,
Aye.
I. Runner, I. Smidian, I. Steinberg, I. Strickland, I. Walters, I. Wiggins, Wolk, I. Wright, Wyland, I. Yee. Yee, aye.
Ayes 31, no 0. The Constitution has been invoked. Secretary, please read a second time.
Assembly Bill 11 by Assemblymember Hill, an act relating to disaster relief.
Secretary, please read a third time.
Assembly Bill 11 by Assemblymember Hill, an act relating to disaster relief.
Senator Wolk, you may present on the measure.
This bill provides tax relief to benefit San Mateo County and the victims of the San Bruno explosion and fire. And it also authorizes the state to seek reimbursement for amounts paid by this act from a party or parties whose action contributed to the explosion and fire in the county of San Mateo. The bill is identical to SB 21, which we heard earlier this evening, and it was heard at the Revenue and Taxation Committee and the Appropriations Committee and unanimously voted out. I ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none. Senator Yee.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I know that this item was, in fact, presented earlier. The only way that this item was, in fact, going to get out of this House was, in fact, to turn it over to another author. I think I'm a big boy and understand the rules of this particular House, and understand that this is what you have to do if you stand on certain principles that I felt I had to do relative to some votes on the budget, so be it. But I would still urge my colleagues to support this bill. This is an important bill to help individuals who are in need, in desperate need, because of a tragedy that happened in San Bruno. And so with that, still urge an aye vote.
Senator Denham.
Madam President, point of parliamentary procedure. If I did desire to ask a question at this point, now would be an appropriate time, correct?
Being the gentleman that you are, asking for permission, this is the time to ask.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify, you're doing a wonderful job up there. Unlike earlier, they got a little rough.
And Senator Denham, let me say that you are doing a wonderful job by asking before we go into a roll call. Any other discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested, Alquist, I. Ashburn, I. Blakesley, Calderon, I. Cedillo, I. Cogdill, I. Corbett, I. Correa, I. Denham, I. DeSaulnier, I. Ducheney, I. Dutton, I. Emerson, I. Flores, I. Hancock, I. Harmon, Hollingsworth, I. Huff, I. Kehoe, I. Leno, I. Liu, I. Lowenthal, I. Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, I. Pavley, I. Price, I. Romero,
Aye.
I. Runner, I. Smidian, I. Steinberg, I. Strickland, I. Walters, I. Wiggins, Wolk, I. Wright, Wyland? Aye. Yee? Yee aye. Harmon aye. Blakesley aye.
Ayes 34, no 0 on the urgency. Ayes 34, no 0 on the measure. The bill is passed. AB 10, Senator Ashburn.
Thank you, Madam President. There is a resolution at the desk requesting permission to invoke the Constitution. This request has been approved by the Rules Committee, and I urge your adoption of the resolution.
Members, this is a two-thirds vote to invoke the Constitution. Secretary, please call the roll. Secretary, please read the resolution.
Resolved that Assembly Bill 10 presents a case of urgency at that term is used in Article 4, Section 8B of the Constitution, and the provision of that section requiring that the bill be read on 3 several days in each house is hereby dispensed with, and it is ordered that said bill be read the second and third times, considered engrossed, and placed upon its passage.
Members, is there any objection to substituting the previous roll call on invoking the Constitution? Seeing none, 31 ayes, noes 0. The Constitution is invoked. Secretary, please read a second time.
Assembly Bill 10 by Assemblymember Blumenfield, enacting to service and volunteering.
Secretary, please read a third time.
Assembly Bill 10 by Assemblymember Blumenfield, enacting to service and volunteering.
Senator Ashburn, you may open.
Thank you, Madam President. Senators, this is the Secretary of Volunteerism. We've already voted and heard this measure. This is the Assembly version of the same to create the Office of the Secretary of Volunteerism to be placed in the Office of Planning. I ask for your aye vote.
Is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Secretary, call the roll. This is a majority. This is a majority vote. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Blakesley? Aye. Calderon? Cedillo? Cogdill? No. Corbett? Correa? Denham? No. DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? No. Dutton? Aye. Emerson? Aye. Flores? Aye. Hancock? No. Harmon? Hollingsworth? Huff? No. Kehoe? Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Oropesa? Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Price? Aye. Romero?
Aye.
Aye. Runner? No. Smidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? No. Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Wyland? No. Yee? Yee aye.
Call the absent members.
Onnested? Calderon? Cedillo? Corbett? Correa? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? Kehoe? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Oropesa? Pavley? Pavley, aye. Wiggins? Wright?
Call the absent members.
Onnested? Calderon? Cedillo? Corbett? Hollingsworth? Negrete McLeod? Oropesa? Wiggins? Wright? Calderon, aye. Harmon, note aye. Cedillo, aye.
Ayes 23.
Corbett, no.
Ayes 23, noes 10. The bill is passed. SB 22, Senate Bill 22. Do we have a floor manager? Senator Hollingsworth?
Ah, gotcha.
Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 22 by Senator Hollingsworth, an act relating to state employees.
Thank you, Madam President. Senators, this is the pension reform bill that, again, saves $74 billion and 30 years of unfunded liability. It does that by rolling back SB 400. It also includes anti-spiking measures, which makes it so that pensions rely upon the top 3 years, the last 3 years of their career, and instead of the 1 year that is current law. I would ask for an aye vote.
Discussion or debate? Senator?
Point of parliamentary inquiry. Forgive me if I missed it, Madam Chair. Did we recess the regular session and go into the 6th extraordinary session for the purpose of taking up this item?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have 3 measures in the special session, and we have taken up all of these items under special session. Any discussion or debate on this item? Okay, this is a majority vote bill. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Blakesley? Aye. Calderon? No. Cedillo? No. Cogdill? No. Corbett? No. Correa? Denham? No. DeSaulnier? No. Ducheney? Aye. Dutton? No. Emerson? Aye. Flores? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Aye. Huff? Aye. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero?
Aye.
Aye. Runner? No. Semidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Wyland? Aye. Yee? Yee, no?
Ayes 23, noes 9.
Blakesley, aye to no?
Ayes 22, noes 10. The amendments are concurred in. Members, we have one other bill that we need to take up to lift the call just for purposes of basically announcing the vote. This is on SB 21. I intend to simply just announce the vote. Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Kehoe? Oropesa? Pavley? Wiggins? Flores, I don't know. Corbett? Corbett, I don't know. Lowenthal, I don't know.
Romero, aye to no.
Romero, I don't know. Steinberg, I don't know. Is Kehoe, I don't know. Wolk, I don't know. Hancock, I don't know. Liu, I don't know. Correa, I don't know. DeSaulnier, I don't know. Alquist, I don't know. Leno, I don't know. Denham, no to aye. Ducheney, I don't know. Price, I don't know.
Ayes 20, noes 15 on the urgency. Ayes 20, noes 15 on the measure. The measure fails. Urgency clause fails. The bill fails. Senator Steinberg, we have completed our business in the 6th extraordinary session. Are you prepared to close this session? Senator Steinberg.
Thank you very much, Madam President. This is ACR number 1. This measure provides that the
Senator Steinberg, we must read this first.
Yes, of course.
Secretary, please read ACR 1.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 1 by Assemblymember Charles Calderon, and relative to the final adjournment of the 2009-10 Sixth Extraordinary Session of the Legislature.
Senator Steinberg.
Thank you very much, Madam President. This measure provides that the 2009-10 Sixth Extraordinary Session of the Legislature shall stand adjourned, sine die, at midnight on the date that this measure has been adopted by both houses of the Legislature. I urge that we pass this resolution without reference to file. Thank you.
Is there any objection to using the unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 35, noes 0. The resolution is adopted. The Sixth Extraordinary Session will be deemed adjourned.
Okay.
Senator Steinberg?
Yeah, there's one call, Madam President, I think we should lift now. It's SB 866, which is the local mandate securitization.
Senator Steinberg, we're going to now reconvene the regular session. Senator Steinberg has asked to lift the call on SB 866. Is that correct? Secretary, please read.
Onnested, Cedillo, Cogdill, Dutton, Cedillo, aye. Cogdill, Dutton, Hollingsworth, Huff, Oropeza, Wiggins, Wright. Blakesley, no to aye. Dutton, aye. Hollingsworth, aye.
Ayes 29, noes 4 on the urgency. Ayes 29, noes 4 on the measure. The amendments are concurred in. Next item, Senator Steinberg.
Madam President, just to give the members and the public just a status report, there are 2 measures left that are on call. SB 851, which is the Proposition 98 issue, and SB 853, which is the health trailer bill. Per agreement with the Republicans, we're not going to lift those calls again until the Assemi nomination is transmitted to us. We will then convene as a Rules Committee for literally 120 seconds, approve the nomination, come back out to the floor, take up that nomination. It will hopefully pass. When it does, we will then be primed to finish the last 2 items. So right now we are awaiting the transmittal from the governor's office of that particular nomination to the California Transportation Commission. Once we get there, we'll be done. I anticipate we will be done with all of this within the next 20 minutes to half an hour.
Senator Steinberg, we have a few remaining bills that are on call. I don't know if you wish to take these up just simply to announce the vote, or do you wish to wait?
Yes. No, I only mentioned, I'm sorry, the ones that are, I think, most significant, 851 and 853. I know that there are a couple of others around transportation. I think you should lift the calls on the remaining items. If the votes aren't there, close the roll, please.
So, members, we are going to not take up at this time Senate Bill 851. We will not take up Senate Bill 853 until after the Rules Committee meets and reports back to the floor. At this point, then, I'm going to take up all remaining items. There are 6 items on call. Whatever the vote count is at that time, I'm prepared to announce the vote and to close the roll. Let's begin with AB 1614. Secretary, please call the absent members.
Onnested, Lowenthal, Oropeza, Pavley, Wiggins.
Ayes 20, noes 14 on the urgency. Ayes 20, noes 14 on the measure. The bill fails. AB 1611. Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropeza, Wiggins.
Ayes 25, no 11 on the urgency. Ayes 25, no 11 on the measure. The measure fails. AB 1618, call the absentees.
Honested, Oropesa, Wiggins.
Ayes 26, noes 10 on the urgency. Ayes 26, noes 10 on the measure. The bill fails. AB 1631, call the absent members.
Honested, Blakesley, Oropesa, Wiggins, Wright.
Ayes 24, noes 10 on the urgency. Ayes 24, noes 10 on the measure. The bill fails. AB 1613, call the absent members.
Honested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Strickland, Wiggins.
Ayes 26, noes 7 on the urgency. Ayes 26, noes 7 on the measure. The bill fails. SB 854, call the absent members.
Honested, Alquist, Blakesley, Ducheney, Negrete McLeod, Oropesa, Padilla, Steinberg, Wiggins.
Ayes 12, noes 18 on the urgency. Ayes 12, noes 18 on the measure. Failure to confirm in the amendments. To concur in the amendments, the measure fails. Okay, Senator Steinberg, at this point we have dispensed with all other items. We're simply waiting on Rules Committee and the 2 remaining items on call. Senator Ducheney, for what purpose do you rise?
Just one small request, Madam President. I request unanimous consent to place a letter in the Journal with regard to the Judiciary Trailer Bill, SB 857, which passed earlier this morning, whatever. The letter simply clarifies that a report on certain court filings required by this measure should also be provided to the Judiciary Committees in addition to others as stipulated in the bill. This was an oversight. The letter corrects that. Asked for permission to submit.
Without objection, Senator Ducheney, please bring the letter to the desk. Yes, absolutely.
Members, while we wait for the transmittal from the governor to take the next steps to pass the budget, and given that once that is done, I'm sure everyone will want to go home and get some rest, I wanted to take advantage of the opportunity and the slight lull here to say some thank yous to all the members and the staff who have endured this historic budget. Of course, the people are always the ones that endure, but we know that as a family here that this has been quite an amazing run. And people have worked incredibly hard at both the member level and at the staff level. I want to thank so many from the budget team, and I'll know Craig Cornett, Steve Shea, Keely Bosler, Saren Taylor, all of the budget staff on both sides of the aisle, Brian Annis, all of you who, if only the public really knew what you do and how dedicated you all are to the public service, it's incredible. And that goes for all the member staff. I want to, of course, thank the Ledge Council, Greg Schmidt and the desk staff, our wonderful sergeants who are always chasing one or more of us down at various times during the session. And I think we did not have the opportunity to do the traditional member tributes here at the end of session. And Senator Hollingsworth and Dutton and I have talked about, and we intend to follow through on, a member tribute dinner sometime after the election where we can gather with those who are leaving the Senate to reminisce and to thank them for their service. But I want to state a special thank you tonight because this is the budget to our esteemed budget chair, Denise DeCheney. For she, I think, is irreplaceable, but we will do our very, very best next year and last year. Where's the list of members? Do we have a card? I need a card, please. Not quite done yet. Can I get a member card, please? Yes, please. Senator Dutton, while I'm getting a member card, go ahead, sir.
Well, I'd just like to also express my appreciation to Senator Cheney. She's a very worthy adversary at times. She definitely sticks to her ground and sticks to and makes her point very well. But I've enjoyed our time together, and I will sorely miss Denise and her wisdom. She has a tremendous amount of knowledge about the budget, and I learned a great deal from her. And like I said, I will miss our rather lively exchanges that we've been known to have at times. So, Denise, thank you for serving with me.
Thank you. We don't have time, obviously, to give the tributes tonight that the members so deserve, and we again will do that after election. But I want to just say and go through the list here. Thank you to Sam Onnested. Thank you to Roy Ashburn. Always a smile. Thank you to Gil Cedillo, who's not really leaving, just going across the rotunda. Thank you to Dave Cogdill. We also experienced something quite unique together when it came to the budget and all your work on water. Senator Jeff Denham, loud booming voice. Good luck to you, sir. Senator DeCheney, of course. Senator Dean Flores, the majority leader. 12 years, 18 including work as a staff, a wonderful public servant. Dennis Hollingsworth, who I admit I didn't know all that well, but I got to tell you has been an absolute pleasure to work with. Straight up, smart, and we've really worked a lot of things out together, and I appreciate it. Dennis. Senator Gloria Romero, a real champion. Never met anybody as passionate, and served with her since 1998, and thank you, Gloria. We love you. George Runner. You termed out? Yeah. Thank you for your service, sir, for your articulate manner. Pat Wiggins, who isn't here tonight, but we all love Pat. We wish her well. And when she was able, she was a great public servant. Mark Wyman turned down? I don't think so. Did I leave anybody out? Okay. Anyways, I wanted to make sure we got that in and took advantage of the lull. And this has obviously been a very challenging 2 years, probably the most challenging professional 2 years of my life. This budget was most difficult. And I know that there are a lot of critics out there, and rightful critics. There's a lot that we need to fix. But I must tell you, in the midst of the worst economic crisis in 50 years in this state and the horrific budget deficits that we have dealt with, when it comes to the substance of what we are taking up today and what we have taken up today, yesterday, and into the early morning, we've done more than okay. California is still standing. California is poised to come back. The economy will, in fact, recover. We'll fix much of what is broken over the course of the years. And this is still a wonderful, wonderful institution and a place where great things get done. And I, as your leader, I just want to say thank you for the privilege of being able to lead over the last 2 years. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Is that all right?
Senator Hollingsworth.
Thank you, Madam President. I, too, want to add my thanks to all those who've worked so very hard on this budget and those who have supported this budget, both the members and the staff. I know Senator Steinberg has thanked many of them by name, and at this early hour of the morning, I won't try and remember everyone's name, but everyone in Sharon Taylor's shop, everyone in Greg Ma's shop, all the desk staff of ours, Greg Herner, everyone on my personal staff led by Bob Giovatti, who have been working long hours as well, and as well as the members of each of the Republican and Democrat personal staffs, and on the fiscal staffs, Craig Carnett and everybody in his shop. This has been the longest that we've seen. Hopefully we will be able to get together and hash out our differences sooner in the next budget, led by Senator Dutton and Senator Steinberg. I have, as you said some very kind remarks, I'm very appreciative. I have also enjoyed working with you, and you have been an exemplary servant for the state of California. Got to say that, and it has been some very, very tough times that we've been through trying to fix these problems for the people of California, each representing the ideals and values that we came here for. And it's just, I think, always amazing that we're able to, as a republic, be able to bridge those gaps and to be able to actually find solutions when you look at how different we are in our ideologies. That it is a testament to the power of this state and our national system that somebody figured out that we'd fight, but somehow we'd find a way, and we're the examples of that. So I've, again, been very honored to work with you and enjoyed that as well. And to my caucus, this is the last budget, that second budget that I was able to negotiate on your behalf. Those of you that supported it, thank you. Those that didn't, well. I'm termed out. You can't dump me now anyways. So, yeah. I'd welcome that at this point. Now, I won't get too windy, but let me just say, if I have missed anyone, you certainly, who deserves thanks, you certainly need to know that you have that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hollingsworth, and thank you for your leadership. I think we'd also be remiss if we didn't acknowledge it's also, we've lost members along the way. Of course, Senator Benoit, now Supervisor Benoit, congratulations, and, job well done. Also, on a more sad note, the loss of our Senator Cox. His desk remains empty. There is the vacancy, but I think his passion, his inspiration, his even being a curmudgeon from time to time. He earned it. But I want to acknowledge that as a family, we've been through tough times economically and policy, but also I think in the loss of members who have served here in this chamber, and I wanted to bring their names up this evening as well. Senator Steinberg, we're just waiting for the transmission for that rules confirmation. Senator Denham, for what purpose do you so politely seek attention?
Madam President, we failed to recognize two others that won't be here next year. I just wanted to recognize them as well, Tony Strickland and Mimi Walters. We're going to miss both of you. Would like to wish you good luck in your future positions.
So noted. Senator Steinberg.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'd like to call a brief 122nd, a little more maybe, Rules Committee hearing room 3191.
Rules Committee to room 3191. Senator Steinberg, are you prepared to take up the confirmations?
Yes, I am.
Please proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Would like to take up the nomination, excuse me, of Darius Assemi as a member of the California.
One moment, Senator Steinberg.
Sorry.
We just need the report from the committee so we can post it on our board. Just one moment.
In the paper? Really?
Senator Steinberg, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Order in the court here. Thank you, thank you. Want to take up the nomination of Darius Assemi as a member of the California Transportation Commission. The Rules Committee, of course, heard Mr. Assemi's nomination just a few moments ago. He is eminently qualified. He is a reappointment to the Commission, and he comes well recommended by everyone he works with. I'd urge an aye vote on the nomination.
Senator Denham.
Madam President, members, I rise in support. Darius Assemi has been a strong member of the CTC for the last year and has been a strong advocate for the Central Valley. I would request an aye vote.
Is there any other discussion or debate? Is there any objection to using our unanimous roll call? Seeing there is, Secretary, please call the roll.
Onnested? Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Aye. Blakesley? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Denham? Aye. DeSaulnier? Duchesne? Aye. Dutton? Aye. Emerson? Aye. Flores? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Aye. Hollingsworth? Aye. Huff? Aye. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Price? Aye. Romero?
Aye.
Aye. Runner? Aye. Semidian? Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Aye. Walters? Aye. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Wyland? Aye. Yee? Yee aye. Saulnier aye.
Ayes 31, noes 0. The nominee is confirmed. Members, we are ready to lift calls. We have 2 items remaining on call. SB 851, call the absentees.
Onnested, Oropesa, Wiggins, Wright. Denham, no to aye.
Ayes 27, noes 8 on the urgency. Ayes 27, noes 8 on the measure. The amendments are concurred in. SB 853, call the absent members.
Onnested, Ashburn, Hollingsworth, Negrete McLeod, aye. Oropesa, Pavley, Strickland, aye. Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Ashburn, aye. Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Hollingsworth, no. Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Call the absent members.
Onnested, Oropesa, Pavley, Wiggins, Wright.
Huff, no to aye. Yeah. Say Huff, no to aye.
Huff, no to aye.
Ayes 27, no 7 on the urgency. Ayes 27, no 7 on the measure. The amendments are concurred in. Senator Steinberg.
Yeah.
Senator Steinberg, after 100 days, the desk is clear.
Thank you. What is left to say except everyone get some rest, and thank you all very, very much. The session is adjourned. Thank you.